So I think in order to be successful in entrepreneurship, you have to be consistent. So just think of it like a workout plan or a diet. I know people hate diets, so let's just think of it like a workout plan. Every Monday you're going to outline a video. Every Wednesday you're going to record. Every Friday you're going to edit it, and you'll have a video ready every Monday, for example. Right? Just think like systematize it. You don't literally have to do that. You can knock it out in a day, depending on your content type. But my point is be consistent, because the algorithm, whether it's the algorithm on YouTube or the algorithm of life, it rewards consistency. So whether that's working out, whether that's starting a business, whether that's being in sales, consistency, wins. And then secondly, in terms of like the financial standpoint, I went full time. So I started my channel in November of 2017. I went full time April of 2019. And I quit my W-2 job. So it's one of those like success stories, I guess. But basically, the reason I made that decision to go on YouTube full time as opposed to juggling both the W-2 and YouTube is because my wife and I had no debt. We were renting at the time. We're renting, a smaller house just because we were both just together, no kids, no family. Our financial nut, our monthly nut was very low. Our obligations were very low. So when YouTube started to basically match and exceed my W-2 income, we really took a hard look and said like, hey, this has been going on for 3-4 months now, not 3-4 days, not 3-4 weeks. I wanted to make sure this was not a flash in the pan. I wanted to make sure this was a sustainable income. And that's the advice that I would give. Don't quit your day job. Make sure your side hustle income is sustainable. And then if it's meeting or exceeding, your W-2 income or your day job income, and your financial obligations aren't huge, that's when I would start to make the transition to full-time, side hustle. Your side hustle now becomes your full-time gig.
Awesome. Yeah, no, totally agree with that. Have you ever heard Bobby's story about quitting his job?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh. So that's the advice he gives too, but that's not what he did. I'll just tell you because it's so funny in case our listeners haven't done it. So he was a band director. He starts his blog talking about personal finance because he used to lecture about personal finance and investing to his band students. Okay. So he first $3 on his blog from affiliate marketing. And he goes, I'm doing it. And he quits and pulls the plug and he jumps. And this was his wife and him were engaged. They weren't married yet. And they were living in her parent, like a room in her parents' house. Wow. And so he made $3, pulled that trigger, found out really quickly, like, oh, there's a much longer road here. That's how he got into digital marketing. So he started running Facebook ads for other businesses. And that was how we kind of got to putting our product together, because he had that story too. But we tell that story and he's always like, don't do what I did.
There's something to be said about that, which is great. But I think it all just depends on what stage of life you're in. Me, I'm more conservative naturally, just as a human being. So I needed to wait until, hey, this thing's for real. I waited, 3-4 months. Like I started making money in, I want to say like February or March, like real money. And then I actually put in my 2 weeks and quit, I think like April or July or something like that. I can't remember, but it was definitely like a 3-4 month period between making real money, deciding when to quit the W-2. So, 3-4 hours or 3-4 days or $3-4 is probably not the route that I would go, but there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah. It's just funny because he gives that same advice, but man, I want everybody to know, go follow you. Whiteboard Finance on YouTube. It's awesome. Like if you feel like, I always joke about Bobby understands all the personal finance stuff, and I feel so illiterate when it comes to things like, I know how to make money. I don't always know what to do with it. And so it has been very helpful for me. I hope everybody else will go watch him too.